As Vox was, playing a new game, he decided he would have a bit of fun, as he decided he would curse the game. As it was an old school Sonic game, Vox was getting into the internet in that cringe creepypasta phase, as he knew that him and Velvet were the future. So he decided with this new creepypasta game, he would begin to scatter him out through hell to see what would happen, to see the fun it would cause. As the game works, the more people play it, the more powerful the entity gets. As it will start out with just a normal Sonic game, but the more they play, the stronger the entity becomes. As this game was spread across hell, eventually Charlie herself would get it, and she would start to play it. She would have fun. But one day, as she was playing it, it would flash red for a second, but then it would go back to normal. Charlie, continued to play it as she laid in bed, lazily. Too tired to really notice the warning signs, or didn't really care. As eventually, though, Vaggie would call her out, as Charlie would just throw away the game. She got kind of bored of it, as she turned it off and kind of stopped playing. However, Soinc.EXE needed time to prepare, needed time to get ready, and didn't like being shut off like that, as the game would mumble and make strange noises at night. But Charlie lost it and didn't know where it was. One day, Angel was walking the hotel. As he heard a strange beeping sound, he would pick up the game. Intrigued, he would begin to play it. As Angel would play the game, suddenly Sonic would be activated. But Sonic was annoyed because Angel was part of Val, and Vox programmed it not to attack him. However, as the Sonic got more and more powerful as people were playing, the game began to shake as he fought against his programming. As suddenly a blue hand would come out of the screen and grab Angel and suck him into the game. As Angel would look around, he would see a dark sky ahead of him, as he saw Tails laying in front of him. Laying there, with no body left, only his tails still there. As Angel would gulp, he would begin to walk forward, as he would shake in fear, as he can only walk in a 2D motion, as he was now 2D, as then he heard a noise behind him, as then he heard ominous music. As the music got louder and louder and louder, Sonic would get closer and closer. As Angel would see Sonic, knowing he can't outrun him because he's actually played the games, he would say, "What do you want from me? I played your games. I like them, okay? I didn't do anything wrong." As Angel would start to yell out to Sonic. But the Soinc.EXE simply smiled and would laugh in a cursed manner. As Angel would start to cry and say, "Leave me alone, leave me alone!" As Sonic would simply appear in front of him and grab him and begin to rip him to shreds. As Angel would wake up in the real world suddenly, but he couldn't move as he would fall down. His eyes darkened. He was paralyzed. As Soinc.EXE came out of the game, he would then begin to walk out into the hotel as he would laugh. As Charlie would hear his laughter, suddenly Vaggie would grab a weapon, as Sonic would slowly walk down to him. He was fast. He could easily take them, but he wanted to embellish this. He wanted them to feel true fear, so he milked it as long as he could. As she held the spear, she would charge at Soinc.EXE, waiting for the last moment to run super fast and kick her down. As he began to laugh, his laugh was deadened. As Charlie would say, "That's Sonic, what are you, how are you, you're not supposed to be real," as he simply continued to laugh, getting louder and louder as the hotel shook. As suddenly Alistair would walk down, as then Sonic would turn its head, going through its neck. As then it would charge at Alistair, as Alistair would then sigh and close its eyes, as Soinc.EXE wouldn't be able to touch it. As he looked confused why he couldn't touch Alistair, Charlie would say, "How are you doing that?" Alistair would say, "It's simple, anyone can do it. All you need to do is," as suddenly Soinc.EXE would chase Charlie and Vaggie away. As then Alistair would sigh and say, "I'm gonna have to tell him, aren't I?" As Charlie ran, she realized that Soinc.EXE could easily catch her if he wanted to, but he didn't, because he wanted to play a game, because he wanted her to suffer. As Charlie and Vaggie continued to run off, Soinc.EXEs were appearing everywhere and running across the streets, destroying everything in their path. Charlie began to get more scared and said, "How the F did he do that?" As we cut to Alistair, as Alistair was going to try to tell Charlie how to stop it, suddenly Vox would appear in front of him and say, "I don't want you to do that." Alistair would say, "You know I could fight you. Last time I won. You won by cheating, and it was barely." As Alistair and Vox were about to battle each other, Husk would say, The entire hotel is in ruin. Can you at least try to help? As Nifty was trying to chase XD because he was a bad boy, but he wasn't interested in her. As Vox would say, fine, he starts to walk off. I could see they already discovered the secret, so there's no point in trying to fight you. As then Alistair would think to himself, can't believe Charlie hasn't figured it out yet. As throughout the hotel and throughout the hell, there were two different types of people. Those who were running and being destroyed by XE, and those who were just sitting there doing nothing. And the ones that did nothing weren't attacked. They just laid there lazily. Some of them watched something, some of them were too out of it, some of them were on something to even notice. As Charlie would say, how is this possible? Why isn't he attacking them? Vaggie would then think to herself and say, ooh, I got it. It's maybe if they're relaxed, they can suddenly Vaggie be grabbed by Soinc.EXE and start to get the life sucked out of her. But then she would close her eyes and think, as then it worked. And Vaggie would say, it's not relaxing, Charlie. The answer is, suddenly Charlie would be chased away. And Vaggie would say, oh, crap. Alistair would walk up behind her and say, you figured it out. Did you tell Charlie? She would say, no. Are you serious? You didn't tell her either. Alistair would sigh and say, let's go find her. As Vaggie and Alistair would continue to search, hell would begin to become more and more in ruin as the cities were destroyed by this weird Sonic. As Charlie started to run more and more and more, she tried to go to Lucifer's house. As we cut to Lucifer, he was chilling on the couch with Sonics running around as he said, hey, don't touch that, that's my duck. As one of them touched his duck, he would begin to flip out and start to yell obscenities. He would say, you guys aren't scary, you're just annoying. I guess I have to get rid of all of you. But to do that, I need to find the source. As Lucifer would get out, trying to get rid of Soinc.EXE, as he looked annoyed, Charlie would run to him and say, Dad, how do you... As she hid behind him, Lucifer would say, Charlie, do you not know? Oh my, you forgot, didn't you? Oh wait, I never taught you. That's my bad. Charlie would say, teach me what? These are scare demons. The only way they get powers from fear. If you don't fear it, then they can't hurt you. Charlie would say, how do I not fear it? It's terrifying. Lucifer would say, look at me, Charlie. You got this. You're strong. As Lucifer would hug Charlie, Charlie would then begin to breathe as she would close her eyes. As then she lost all her fear. As then they couldn't touch her. As they kept making those loud laughs, Charlie would say, man, they are annoying. Lucifer would say, tell me about it. Come on, let's get rid of the source. As Lucifer and Charlie would start to walk, they would look around and see the city in ruin. As Alistair and Vaggie would catch up to him, Alistair would say, oh great, it's you. Lucifer would say, ha, I saved my daughter before you did. Wait, why am I laughing about that? She was in great fear, Lucifer would say as he sighed, as they continued to search for the source, as eventually they would find a game out by the dumpster. As it looked tainted, Lucifer would pick it up, about to fix it, but then Vox would show up and say, you're finally here, Alistair, but you can't. Oh, wait, is that Lucifer? Lucifer would say, yeah. Were you gonna say something? Vox would say, no, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna say, good day, as he ran off. As then Lucifer would crush the game. As then it was cured. All of them Soinc.EXEs disappeared. As Charlie would say, we did it. Vaggie would say, weird. They disappeared just like that? Lucifer would say, no. I wasn't able to destroy it. I could just send them to another dimension. Vaggie would say, where do you think they ended up? Lucifer would say, not my problem. Then to cut to Deku. As he was playing his game, suddenly a scary face would appear, as he could fall down to the floor frightened. As Soinc.EXE may have lost in their universe. However, this universe is different, and all he has to do is make sure they're scared. All he has to do is spread his fear here. Thank you so much for suggesting this video. This video was a cool idea to do. I've seen it suggested a couple times, but a lot of videos I'm just kind of forget, or I'm working on something. It just doesn't cross my mind, or at the time I think it's not that interesting. Sometimes I'll be like, they don't even fit in Hazbin Hotel, but then I remember I literally did SpongeBob, so I have no room whatsoever to talk about it. I have no room whatsoever for that excuse. And, you know, any character can go here, and they can be fun. I just have to know about them. Like, this one person suggested Guts all the time about this great anime swordsman, but I have to watch the whole anime to understand them, or just do a quick Google search. I don't even think it would do well, because I don't think he's that popular, so, you know, it's just it. That's just an example. There's a few examples. What time is it for you? It's 4 a.m. After this video is, I've said this before, but I make videos late at night because I have work. And in the mornings, I like to just kind of eat and relax and stuff. I mean, I guess I used to make videos early in the morning, but that means I had to wake up early. It just kind of stressed me out. And I go to work late anyway, so it's like my schedule is wake up, kind of chill, record some games for my gaming channel, and then, work, and then record a video, and then, and then I go to bed. Of course, there is room in the middle. I'm not just like a robot. I don't just do all that, I still have fun and stuff. But yeah, that's basically my basic work routine. It goes out pretty fun. Sometimes I do grind way too much on my gaming channel. Like, I wish I kind of, spent more time to myself. But I usually try to give myself a little bit of free time each day, which is healthy for you. You can't just like slave away. Even though it's kind of weird because I used to play video games in my free time. Now it's kind of like I'm trying to turn it into a job. It's not a job yet, but you know how it is. So yeah, I have games that I record for videos, and I have games for fun, which, because like some games I don't think would do well for my gaming channel, and for this channel, like my What If channel, I've been kind of experimenting. There's a lot of cool ideas I want to do, but I know they won't do very well, so I just don't do them, which is kind of sad. But it is what it is. Another channel, which I'm not uploading a bit on, so I feel bad for that. I may upload on that later. I don't know. I've been kind of experimenting with things, but yeah. All of you, let me know how you're doing. I hope that you're doing well. I just want you to know that I love you, and I love all of you, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're a part of this channel. I appreciate you. Peace out.